Hey guys, I've been wanting to do a video on Persona 3 Reload for a while now, and I think I've built up the confidence to be able to make one about the Theurgy mechanic that's going to be introduced in this game, which I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a reworking of showtimes from 5, since people like those a lot, and I feel like they want to do it again, but for P3 characters, because they're awesome and stuff, you know? Let's start with what Theurgy actually means and what it is. It originates from Greek, which is perfect for P3 because of its general Greek aesthetic and the building designs like the school, and also the main characters, their personas are based off characters from Greek mythology. And the word means divine magic, but it also is referenced when perfecting oneself, which is perfect for Persona's themes of self-discovery and improvement. And while that's some cool trivia, the meat of this video is me talking about what Theurgy attacks actually do. And similar to showtimes, they're essentially just a big hit that does a lot of damage, but ignores resistances, except this time they're tied to elements like physical attacks and magic, instead of just being almighty damage like they were in Persona 5. The biggest difference between Theurgy attacks and showtimes though is that showtimes would activate randomly whenever an action would happen during the battle. Like if Joker was losing HP, if an enemy got knocked down, if an ally was downed, but Theurgy attacks are activated through building up a gauge, which you have to build up using either the shift command, which is like baton pass but reworked for 3 Reload, or for doing a character-specific action. These character-specific actions are actually directly linked to each character's personalities, which I love and is awesome. For example, Yukari is involved using a healing skill. Junpei, if you land a critical hit, it boosts his meter. Mitsuru, you have to actually use an ailment spell or inflict a status ailment. Akihiko, you have to buff yourself, which is kind of weird, and I'll get back to that in a sec. And Makoto, or the protagonist, is just summoning a persona. This is how they also involve fusion spells. They reworked them into being part of the Theurgy attacks, which is awesome, because I feel like they're underutilized in the first game, or you have to go out of your way to use them. Now, addressing the thing I thought was weird about Akihiko's character-specific action was him using a buff. In the original Persona 3 and Fez, Akihiko didn't learn any buffs, he only learned debuffs. He was the debuff guy, that was his main role in the party. But it seems that they're changing characters' move pools, of course, to update them and make them better, because they're a little bit limited in comparison to more recent games. So they replaced Secunda with Tsukukaja for Akihiko. There are a few others, like for example, Yukari learns Pulnipa, which I don't think she was able to use in the first game. Junpei no longer learns Ripatra. Koromaru learns, I think, Getsue, and Aigis has shown to have Arrow Rain, which I don't think she had before, but these are all new moves. This last part is kind of just me rambling, so enjoy that. It's going to be completely unedited, even though this last bit probably everything before this probably sounds unedited as well, because I'm so shit at this stuff. But have my raw knowledge, losers. I also want to make some predictions on what I think the unconfirmed character gauge building mechanics are going to be for the characters we don't know so far, that we're going to know in the future though. Like for example, I think Ken's is going to be attacking a downed enemy, just because he has those pierce attacks that get bonuses for that. It's going to want you to do those things. I think Aigis is either going to be buffing an ally or taking a hit for someone somehow. These are all like, it's weird because this could be completely wrong, because they could just rework character movesets to be better and give them new abilities that fit their personalities better. But continuing onwards, Koromaru, I was kind of iffy on this one, but I think Koromaru is going to involve dodging an enemy, since he has the highest agility stat out of the team. I originally didn't really think this would work because it's very luck-based and not very player interactive, but Junpei's is also just critical hits, which is random too, so I think it'll be fine and funny. Also, the idea of Koromaru's dodging ability getting boosted through interacting with him or taking him on walks sounds fucking terrifying. But also for the final character, Shinjiro, I have no idea, and this is another one where they're probably going to give him new moves for his character stuff, you know? But my original thoughts that don't really work was using an item to heal an ally, but that'd be too similar to Yukari's. This is kind of playing into him being like, he's very supportive and he knows how to do things well and help others and share his knowledge about these things. He's a very caring person, that's what I mean. But they'll definitely just give him new stuff, I believe. But even though it just says he used strong hitting physical attacks in like one of the websites. Also, I think it's fair to assume that when characters, their personas evolve, that they'll get a new Theurgy attack, or their current one will just change to a different one. Since they still have the selection menu screen for them, I feel like if it was only one, they would just activate it immediately when you hit the Theurgy button. But since there's a selection menu screen for using each attack, I'm assuming they'll get a new one when their persona evolves, which will be sick and awesome. Better highlight that growth, that evolution. These could be really fucking cool, and I genuinely hope they are. Also mentioned earlier that you will be getting Theurgy attacks when Fuka joins the party because she's their navigator. There's a screenshot, I believe, of Fuka talking to Yukari in her room and asking Yukari for everyone's main personality traits, which is a really cute and in-character way to introduce Theurgy and how it works. I just love that. I feel like Showtime's it was pretty cool. It's just like, hey, I'm Jose. Here's a star. Go crazy sauce, and it's cute. But introducing it through a character's genuine want to support her friends better as her job as the navigator is very in character for Fuka, and I love it. Awesome. Let's go. Fuka Friday! Final bonus random thought is about fusion spells and how it's reworked into Theurgy attacks. Because of access to fusion spells when Fuka joins, I believe that it won't be, your availability to use them won't be based on if your persona's in the party. I think it's going to be based off if they're registered in your compendium, because that's the only way it makes sense, since the first fusion spell you get is Cadenza, which you need Orpheus and Asperus to use. And by the time you get Fuka, you'll probably have fused those two away. So it's definitely going to be based on, same thing with like the Jack Bros. So if it is based on that, or if it's unlocked through the new Link episodes or whatever, that'll be awesome. Also, another last bonus random fact is that through interacting with the characters of the dorm, doing like things like watching DVDs with them, going in the garden, cooking with them, you boost the abilities of their gauge filler abilities. Like for Yukari, her gauge boost ability is that she cuts the cost of healing spells in half, and for Junpei, it increases the damage of critical hits, and also when they happen. So it's pretty cool, maybe a little broken, but I feel like 3 Reload is aiming to be like a normal difficulty curve instead of P3, where you kind of start out being really shit and everyone kicking your ass, and then it kind of levels out once you get to like the mid game. But yeah, good game design or whatever. I know we don't know a lot about that. So yeah, thanks for watching my cool actual video. Usually I just post shit posts on this channel, so it'll be nice to post something with actual thought behind it. Even as little thought as I put into this video, it's just me like ranting about a thing I love, which I want to do more, but it's a lot of effort to make a video. Yeah, so thanks for coming to my TED Talk. If you watch this and you enjoyed listening to my autistic rambling, it's fun. I hope to do this more in the future, in maybe like 3 years when I feel like editing a video again. Jeez. But yeah, thank you all if you watched. Love you, bye.